Well, the Hawkshead Relish Company started off as a cafe in the village of Hawkshead. We made our own relishes and jams and preserves to serve alongside the meals. It was going very well, but then in 2001 the foot and mouth epidemic hit, and we found that our business suffered massively. So what we did was we looked at what we had, and what we had was an empty kitchen. We entered the Great Taste Awards the following year, and 3 of our products won Great Taste Awards, and that was the start of the point where we realised that this was a potential proper business in its own right. And we've just increased as we've gone along over the last 17 years really. We supply around about 500 shops in the UK, and we also export to between 30 and 35 countries around the globe.
Both my mum and my dad set up the business together, and they've been working together for about 30 years. Me and my sister have both worked there since we were about 13, and then she runs the shop actually now, and I started full-time last year, and my uncle runs the warehouse. Whenever a decision's made, everybody's sort of involved.
Generally, it's just pride of the product that we make. We're extremely proud of it. The team is the family. We all work together. There's no hierarchy as such within the business. Mark and I make the ultimate decisions, but we will ask opinions and we will talk to everybody at every level. Everybody is just as important in it. The main things really, I suppose, is managing the requirements for the product that we make. And I look after all of the finance and the office side of things in the business. And from my point of view, a lot of my challenges are filling in forms and requirements, specification sheets, that sort of thing. There's challenges every day, but they're different ones.
We're quite separated and we're quite good at keeping it separate. We don't have many fights.
But it also does mean as well that there's a member of the family in pretty much every sector of the business. So there's somebody in overall responsibility. It was a little bit tricky because last week we were away on holiday and 4 of us went on holiday, and so that meant there was a big gap. But that doesn't happen very often, does it?
We all get to see each other every day, which is nice because a lot of families don't get to see each other every day. Because we all work in the same sort of area. We all live locally, so that's nice. We're not too far away from each other, are we?
I think it's also that our goals are the same. We all have that same passion and drive for the business, and we're all very proud of the products that we make, and we've all got our favourites and we can talk about them and sell them, but we're all working to the same aim, and so that really helps to drive the business as well, and keep us actively pushing it forward all the time. So I think that's a big part of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
We have to be looking at innovating now for what we think is going to be the next big thing that's a foodie thing in springtime next year, because we need time to develop it, obviously. And it's just trying to think of new ideas really, and looking at new products that come into the marketplace. It's trying to see what we think is going to be the next big thing. If you know our products and you've seen them, you'll know that we don't generally do a straight strawberry jam or a straight raspberry jam. It's the development of the flavours and matching maybe spices or herbs or something that makes that twist on a recipe, that makes it a very Hawkshead Relish recipe rather than a standard straightforward product. No, absolutely not. And they've grown up with it, and there was lots of eye rolling when we came home and talked about business at night. As Izzy started working for us about a year ago now, and in the Easter beforehand she came and helped out in the office, and that was her downfall really, because she proved that she was really good. I feel very strongly that they don't have a right to the job, and they don't have a right to be in the business, that the right belongs to the correct person to be in that position, and she just fell into it and has done really well. But if she wasn't good at what she did, she wouldn't have got the job. Sorry. Because we started off the way we did, where we didn't envisage the relishes to be a business in its own right, it was just a sideline to the cafe. We've sort of got here by accident. What we are doing is looking to expand and get more nationally known, if you like, so it's brand building. I'd love to see it on sort of, if you're watching a film or something and see a jar in the corner or something like that, just to see it. Occasionally we do spot it, don't we? And, that, what was it, the A word? The A word, we spotted it in the background and
shop window.
kept going back and watching it again, and things. So I think it's just making it more of a nationally known brand would be my aspiration for it, and for people to really understand why we're so passionate about it.